like barely, but it's like making the full. Is this an acceptable? No. These two are there. Yeah. If my name was Aaron, it would be crazy. I just have a lot of these. We have a lot of It's just whatever. Amber was like crazy, like incense. Oh no. They're like just saying they're like
I'm excited to talk to you this afternoon. Yes, we gotta get hooked up. Yes, we gotta get hooked up.
Me this time. Am I on? Can you mute me? It is so good to see all of you, to see the red sparkling and sort of out there through the congregation. It's good coming into the presence of a God who extravagantly welcomes us, whose love is outpouring. And we like to think that our love is outpouring and we are extravagantly welcome to one another as well. So welcome here, whether you're present physically or the millions of you that are joining us virtually. Please take the red books, Red for the Holy Spirit, Pentecost, well, special covers just for today, and the other 51 Sundays of the year. We ask you to sign them and pass them on down. We often think of the Holy Spirit as being symbolized by fire, the dancing of the flame that's on the communion table. But another of the symbols of the Holy Spirit is that of breath, of breathing, of wind. And so we often think of the breath that we draw into our bodies as being the breath of the Holy Spirit. We're drawing in God's life. And then as we draw it into our lungs, our hearts take it and spread it through the whole of our body, through our veins. And we are alive with the Holy Spirit. So draw in the breath of the Spirit.
Please rise in body or spirit if you are able, and join us in the call to worship. It was the first Pentecost. The followers of Jesus were gathered in one place for community and to worship. And in that gathering, they experienced the presence of the Holy Spirit. It embraced all of them, no exceptions. Each of us was given a gift and called to share it.
Wisdom, knowledge, faith, healing, service, prophecy, discernment, communication, understanding.
And like those first Christians, we too are gathered, open to receive the power and presence of the Holy Spirit. And now a reading from Acts. When the day of Pentecost had come, they were all gathered in one place. And suddenly from heaven there came a sound like the rush of a violent wind, and it filled the entire house where they were sitting. Divided tongues as of fire appeared among them, and a tongue rested on each of them. All of them were filled with the Holy Spirit and began to speak in other languages as the Spirit gave them ability. Now there were devout Jews from every people under heaven living in Jerusalem. And at this sound the crowd gathered and was bewildered, because each one heard them speaking in the native language of each. Amazed and astonished, they asked, "Are not all these who are speaking Galileans? And how is it that we hear, each of us, in our own native language? Parthians, Medes, Elamites, residents of Mesopotamia, Judea, Cappadocia, Pontus and Asia, Phrygia and Pamphylia, Egypt, and the parts of Libya belonging to Cyrene, and visitors from Rome, both Jews and proselytes, Cretans and Arabs, in our own languages, we hear them speaking about God's deeds of power." All were amazed and perplexed, saying to one another, "What does this mean?" But others sneered and said, "They are filled with new wine." And now a reading from 1 Corinthians. "Therefore, I want you to understand that no one speaking by the Spirit of God ever says, 'Let Jesus be cursed.' And no one can say Jesus is Lord except by the Holy Spirit. Now there are varieties of gifts, but the same Spirit. And there are varieties of services, but the same Lord. And there are varieties of activities, but it is the same God who activates all of them in everyone. To each is given the manifestation of the Spirit for the common good. To one is given the Spirit the utterance of wisdom, and to another the utterance of knowledge according to the same Spirit. To another faith by the same Spirit. To another gifts of healing by the one Spirit. And to another the working of powerful deeds, to another prophecy, to another the discernment of spirits, to another various kinds of tongues, and to another the interpretation of tongues. All these are activated by one and the same Spirit, who allots to each one individually, just as the Spirit chooses. For just as the body is one and has many members, and all the members of the body, though many, are one body, so it is with Christ. For in the one Spirit we were all baptized into one body, Jews or Greeks, slaves or free,